Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 8th episode of Princess Principal. And last episode, we had fun working at a laundry mill, because we had to go there for our mission, and while we were there, we decided we'd just buy the place and, make it better, It was great, because the place sucked to work in. That point was driven home pretty hard, and it was better by the end of it, better work environments, more fun. And in the end, the princess just kind of gave the reins over to Marilla, the veteran, to kind of handle things, because as fun as all that was, we do have actual spy and political shenanigans to be involved with. So, ain't nobody got time for that. So everyone's confident they'll do fine, though, so it's no big deal. Now, this episode, I believe it's case number 20, which would put it like the furthest ahead that we've gotten so far chronologically. So, which means everything we've seen so far has already happened, So, who knows what that will entail, but I'm sure it'll be great, whatever we get here, so let's get into it and find out. 3, 2, 1, play. Back at school, it seems. Somebody draws a lot better than I do. London Wall, opening news, spy rings. Okay, I couldn't quite read that first word at first. Spy rings. Yeah. Well, he's a nice one, isn't he? It doesn't seem like it, no. That's our opening scene. Just kicking a small dirty child to the ground. If that's how you want to live your life, I guess. But anyway, we have our opening here, so it's all good. Ugh. So I remember the whole delinquent Anja from last episode. That was great. You never get enough of a Dorothy looking at me like that. Dorothy/Daisy. Of course, I'm gonna call her Dorothy, because that's what feels right. So she's the girl that sees through lies, huh? I guess you'd have to be, to be friends with Anja. I hate that part. You gotta love them just kind of holding hands in the opening. And then, embracing. It's great. What more could you ask for from an opening? Aside from frog demons not falling towards you mouth first. That'd be great if we could get rid of that. Ripper Dipper. Find out who. Another spy. Spy on spy action. Okay. Naturally, it's pretty standard. Oh, princess volunteering. I'm just saying no. Yeah, I don't think you're up to this, princess. Okay, that too. I guess it makes sense. That'd just be crazy. Yeah, couldn't be there all day, every day. That would be unreasonable. Yeah, I think I've seen movies and stuff that showcase that. Yeah, Anja, you would get that, right? Okay, we convinced her. I'm back to our artwork. I know, right? Can't really say no to that. Yeah, I mean, there's something there, It's not exactly that. But, you're on the right track. Just don't kick her again, please. She's just trying to steal from you. There's no need to be so rude about it. Probably didn't need whatever she's trying to take anyway. Gotta teach her how to steal. Yeah, maybe we could give her like a snack. the important life skills being taught here. It's not great. Indeed. I'm sure it was great. Private fashion shows, oh. That does sound like a lot of fun. Anji looking happy, it's so weird. Playing the piano. An instrument that involves your fingers. Doesn't everyone? That's the best answer, though. I mean, what do you want her to call you? Okay. That's a stakeout position right there. Looks like it's. This does take place in London, doesn't it? Not the warmest place, I don't think. Although I wouldn't know for sure. For your life lessons. That's pretty slick. Still not very admirable behavior, but. Chloe. You pervert spying on somebody in their room with a telescope. She's still dirty, but she looks happier. Did she bring snacks? All the blood's gonna rush to your head, just so you know that. I see Dorothy's a great student. Also better artwork than I can do, by the way. Oh. See, we're having fun over here. I bet I missed the best part off screen. But yeah, switching positions, you know. Hard to tell who's who because of that. Man, she just keeps coming, doesn't she? Yeah, she's dead back there. Please slightly move a little bit to the left or right, just so I know you're not dead. Yes, I want to know more about that as well, actually. She's pretty good at that sort of thing. I would love to. It was so great, why isn't Anja still there, you know? Finally, some black lizard backstory. A little princess. But it was an adorable princess. Someone sneaking. You do a better job of convincing her than that. Quite a bit busy life. And then one day a girl came by to switch positions. I mean, we could crawl through there, right? Ah, I've been spotted. Oh, that was cute. Wait, is that Anja? Because her haircut looks different. But I guess it's supposed to be. Because they're supposed to look similar, so. They definitely do here, like without question. And that's when it all started. Alphabet! Try on my clothes so that we can pass as sisters. Which, you know, I assume they are long-lost sisters if they look that much alike. That's not true at all. Yes, that's a good reason for friendship right there. I saw. Life became a lot funner, basically. Bed is huge. Oh god, this looks so wonderful. But, you know, eventually it ends. Became a bit more permanent. That hill. Right into that light from the darkness. Yeah, outside world's not as great as you might think. Just quick warning. Like, it's not amazing. Oh god. Like, you know, Castle may have its own inconveniences, but most people would agree it's a bit better. I was busy playing. Also, I'm not authentically... Anji. Well, this is what you wanted? We're having so much fun, like, a couple minutes ago. Yeah. Nice. A little bit. That's not true. I mean, if you want to build up a thick exterior, I won't complain, but... Oh, is that the person? They definitely look suspicious. That highly advanced signaling device. Looks like she's going to a funeral. That's probably the point. What do we do? Yeah, I guess that's what we. I guess it is what we would have to do. Yeah, just tailor. Hopefully, it doesn't catch on or escape. Oh, okay, she's doing good work there. So she did come in handy. Yeah, that was not a good choice if she's like a spy. Definitely not the best choice. That was just bad luck, really. Okay. Of course she does. Black Lizard Planet's special standard. Okay, when you say that, what do you mean? I don't think this is the way to do that. Is Anjay gonna show up or... Well, you know, just passing by. That's what you're doing? Because that's not quite what it looked like to me. Yeah, it's probably a bit more accurate. And, yeah, I don't really want to mess with her. Yeah, it's impressive, isn't it? Well, I mean, I can put you down if you really want to. Yeah, no right to complain. Yeah. When you try to use it on somebody that can actually fight back, it's not so easy, is it? And there we go. Yeah, I mean, not sure how much it solves. And a letter. Okay. There we go. That is a better solution. Well, you technically helped earlier. Oh, she asked for that. I mean, you did fine. So it wasn't bad luck. What happened to the pickpocket girl, huh? That was some bad timing. But yeah, I guess that's why it became more permanent. Down with the monarchy. You tell them. I mean, she is fine, technically. At best, great security if you can just kind of sneak in like that. At least they were able to reunite. But, you know, it's still dangerous. Really cute hug, though. It looks so much alike, it's insane. Okay. Yes, that's the important thing. So she decided to become queen here. Oh, that's a big problem. We need to move. But... oh no! Like, luckily we have hindsight, so she's gotta be okay, but... that looked pretty bad. I guess that's how they got separated. Yes, you are, for all intents and purposes. Yeah, of course they wouldn't believe her. Yeah. So then, yeah, this whole time she might not even know if she was alive or not. But she obviously did survive. Probably wasn't the best time to become a princess. Yeah, that can't be pleasant. Yeah, if you were found out, that would be a lot of stress to deal with that. That's actually kind of nightmare fuel. I didn't really think too much about that, just the absolute fear of being found out. And she would be starting at 0 and all those fancy things the princess learns. So there's a big risk there of being found out if she doesn't get good quickly. At everything. Man, I can't even imagine that level of pressure and stress. But she pulled it off. No doubt about that. 9 languages, wow. So yeah, even if she didn't have an interest in any of this stuff, she would have gotten good at it because she literally had to. So I got a subscriber, I can't read the name though. Princess is quite beautiful though, isn't she? Seems so elegant while playing the piano. It was great. Lord O'Reilly. Yeah. She knows a lot. Of course. That's a good question. That's the biggest question, isn't it? Who are you? Yeah, nothing big, you know, just common everyday spy. A single clap, but a well-appreciated clap. That makes sense. Yeah, you tell her. You are a real princess now. It's not your fault. Oh, what are we talking here? Oh no, I'm sure you're good enough. Do it together with her. I love when Anja just looks genuinely happy like that. And now we're gonna do it together. You know, while she practices with her sword. And she plays with the spider. Not sure what she was doing, but this is what matters. Yeah, just like before, even though a lot's changed, we can still be together like this. I knew the idea was gonna play right then, I just knew it. I could feel it. I could feel it. Wow, that was a great episode. That was just fantastic stuff right there. I just zoomed on by. Even though it went by just as quickly as a lot of the episodes did, it still felt satisfying. But again, that felt like 5 minutes. Whew. And man, I've been wanting to get backstory on that for a while, so to actually get it was great. It just feels so satisfied, you know? Can't think of a better way to describe it. I can't believe I missed out on this show when it first aired. If I knew it was going to be this good, I would have definitely have watched it. and then our school. And that's it. That's the end. Okay. Well, that was the 8th episode of Princess Principal. And this episode, the mission was just kind of, well, it was a spy mission, of course, but it was especially a spy mission, just kind of a stakeout kind of thing, because somebody was meeting with somebody, and we had to figure out who that somebody was, basically was the idea here, which is not anything too complicated. However, it became a bit more complicated because she looked like she was going to a funeral, had her face covered and stuff, so no lip reading or anything. And if she's supposed to be a spy, those kind of precautions make a lot of sense, because she knows what the kind of risks would be. So, however, luckily, you know, we had some help, but I am kind of getting ahead of myself. So O'Reilly, the Lord O'Reilly was the important one here, which, you know, we talked to him later in the episode about the whole, you know, with defecting wall, all that stuff, and, you know, seemed to work things out with him. The princess wanted to be a part of the stakeout, however, we can't have the princess disappearing for too long a length of time. However, you just do switchy, you know, with Anja. That's what we do, you know. That's the whole thing. A very important aspect of the show. Princess does kind of want to get out of, you know, get out and do stuff like this. Well, how does she phrase it? I've had official business nonstop for days. It's been so suffocating. When you're a princess, sometimes you just need to get outside, and that was a line I just stabbed right through Anja, the original princess. So of course she would understand. She could not possibly say no to that, and princess knew that. So that's why she said it was unfair. So I like that quite a bit. And also just like it was just kind of a small like glancing over to the side that Anja did after that line. I really like that. Because that's, you know, you can really tell that the line hit when she did that. And then we have Beatrice ask this question. Why do you think Miss Anja has such a soft spot for Her Highness? Because they're extremely close with each other. I mean, of course, they wouldn't know that because that's kept very hush-hush. They can only really showcase that when they're alone together, which I do quite enjoy those scenes. I do acknowledge they have the same face, though, so they should be a bit suspicious about that. And the fact that they have the same faces by itself very suspicious. Yeah, like, is it a matter of they are sisters and one just got cast aside and to live the life of a commoner and they eventually reunited? That's the only thing I could think of that would make sense for why they would have the same face. But I don't think they've mentioned anything about that. If they have, I forgot. And then we had, the stuff with the little girl that kept trying to pickpocket the guy and just kept kicking her. You know, I understand that you kind of have to stop somebody from stealing from you, but when they're like a foot tall and fragile, you don't have to be quite that violent when you do it. You could just pick her up and set her aside like, no, bad, don't do that. You know, that, I mean, you don't have to exactly do it like that, but just don't have to be quite that violent when it's an opponent. I use that word loosely. That's the orders of magnitude weaker than you, you know. However, she could definitely be a bit smoother about it. Like, just, yeah, she was not a good pickpocket, basically, is the gist of it. But she does remind Anja of herself back then. Well, I mean, this Anja, I guess, would be the princess, so she wouldn't be the pickpocket. It's confusing, but the point is, it looked familiar to her, that sight. She was more than willing to help out. And yeah, she did. She taught her how to pickpocket. You know, she did much better in the future, which is good. She just looks so dirty and beat up, and, you know, later on we can kind of see why, because of the kind of environment that she kind of has to go back to. Yeah, like I said, we had a lot of chats between Anja and Princess in this episode. Yes, they start just reminiscing about things, and I just love how much we get to see Anja just think about those happy times and just look kind of happy. You know, talk about jump rope and, you know, the duets and all the things they did. And eventually we actually got to see that in the form of a flashback, which I was hoping for, and they delivered on that, which is great. But yeah, basically the funnest time of both of their lives, really, when they were able to hang out with each other at the castle. Just, yeah, friggin' Chisa just keeps hanging there like a bat. So what exactly did we get to the actual flashbacking bits? Because I'm trying to kind of get ahead to that. Because I thought that was fairly... Here it is, okay. Yeah, basically, Princess trying to run away. They're like, stop, Princess, you can't escape us. You know, I feel like they could have done a bit of a better job of convincing her to come back. You know, because their language almost made it sound like they were talking about an intruder that they were trying to take down or whatever, you know? So I feel like they could have phrased it a little bit better. Okay, palace, whatever. Castle, palace, same difference. I do like when they first saw each other and just both kind of fell backwards. That was cute. They just look insanely similar to each other. Just Anja just stuff in her face as she got there. You know, because she doesn't eat a lot, you know? But just both of them are so happy to have a friend to be able to hang out with, you know, especially the princess, because she's been pretty alone. Yeah, when she brings up being friends, she mentions being a dull girl, but that's not true at all. You know, just she definitely wants a friendship. Don't sell yourself shorts, you know. And the two of them just laughing together is just so cute and wholesome and happy, and I love it. Especially when they're just on the bed, just it was great. And that's when we started to get to the whole trading places thing, which, you know, of course they want to do that because both of them have a bit of a grass is always greener sort of thing going on. However, the princess, when she went outside, she realized it's not that great. Like I said, the palace may have its own set of inconveniences, like having to take a bunch of classes and pressure and stuff like that. But when you compare it to, like, desperately trying not to starve and get assaulted and all that, it's not that bad, you know. Just dead dog on the streets, just that says it all, really. And then we have a bit of the princess practicing. And this is a very important conversation here with Chisa, because she kind of talked to her about, you know, the things she does. Like, how did we start this conversation again? I want to go back to the first line that was said when she was doing a little dance practice. What was the first line that Chisa said? Well, first she just mentions the things she does and says she's a hard worker, worthy of respect. And then she points out that Chisa works hard as well. But then Chisa says the difference, that she carries on because she enjoys it. You know, with you, that does not seem to be the case. That was a very big thing, because I never really thought about that too much. But this is basically what allowed us to kind of get into that line of thinking of just what the princess, or Anja turned to princess, had to do. Because once they switched places, she was now a princess full-time, which I don't think was initially the plan. Of course it was initially the plan. That would be pretty extreme. But that's how things ended up being. So we had the case where Anja became the princess pretty much right at the time when, you know, emotions were high, things were stressful, like the division, like it happened. Like, that was a bad time to become a princess. And she's there, who knows basically none of these fancy royal skills. That either has to learn them quickly without being found out, or die. Those are your two options. And when those are your options, you get good or you die. Like, that's really what it comes down to. Not everyone could handle that pressure well enough. Some people would just fold under the pressure and just get discovered and killed. So the fact that Anja was able to do all that as well as she did and not get discovered and fully become the princess was great. It's admirable. I don't think she should keep selling herself short the way she does, calling herself empty and whatnot. I can see why she believes that, but it's not true. So, you know, just I'm glad that we got into that, because that makes sense. Luckily, the little girl was able to come in handy and help us with the mission. And we were able to help her, so that's great. You know, the abuse that she suffers certainly is not great, though. But nothing too surprising for this show. I did like seeing the guy get beat up by Anja, though. That was great. So yeah, then we saw the riots, and when they separated. So yeah, not the best way to part ways with each other. I wonder how different things would have been if they actually did manage to run away together. Imagine how different of a show it would be. But yeah, just showcasing just the stress that she went through there. That was kind of hard to watch. And I can't believe it's not something I never really thought about that much before, but yeah, that would be ridiculous. I had to try to live up to that. Especially when you're among the consequences for not doing so. And yeah, then the final scene with Anja and Princess was great. Just the duet together. It's wonderful to watch. Because they are, you know, the closest pair of characters in the entire show, like, without question, I would say. So anytime, any of those alone time we get, I thoroughly appreciate. One thing about the episode that did confuse me initially. Actually, I should probably go back to that spot to really talk about it. It should be near the end of the... It should be right by here. Before the bullet. Okay, because they reunited, we had a really nice hug that I enjoyed watching. And yeah, she says, Anja, I'm going to be queen. So this is the princess... Okay, this is so confusing. This is the princess turned Anja telling the new Anja, now princess, that she wants to be queen. Which, this confused me because I thought it was the opposite back in episode 1, when we had the Anja who is now a princess talking about being queen. So that confused me, but, you know, I guess it's just a matter of both of them felt that way, I guess is what it comes down to. You know, because of what Lion said later in the episode, but that really confused me at the time. But I guess that's all it really is. Of course, if I'm wrong, feel free to correct me. But I guess it's just something that Anja origin to princess now believes as well, you know, that she wants to be queen and like she's finally embracing the queenness. Which is, you know, great. So, anyway, fantastic episode. I have no real complaints with it. I loved everything we got here. Probably is one of my favorite episodes just because how much I do care about that relationship. And it's not just, you know, personal caring about the relationship. It's an important relationship for the whole show because we're talking about royalty here, you know. One misstep with this and that could spell disaster in a lot of ways. So it definitely is a very important aspect of the show. So that on top of my personal enjoyment of it led this to be one of my favorites and one of the best episodes. So yeah, that's all I really got to say about it without repeating myself, which I think I've already done a decent amount of. So just going to end it off here and just look forward to watching more. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.